Today we're at Sorbara Law in downtown Guelph, and my guests are Ryan Baker and Carolina Recinos. And we're going to be talking about Sorbara Law and some of the things they do. So, Ryan, can you describe what Sorbara Law does?
So Sorbara Law is a full-service law firm. We're proud of the fact that we're the biggest local law firm in Waterloo Region, and we're one of the biggest local law firms in Wellington County. We started in 1980, and we initially were operating under the name Flynn and Sorbara. And then after the appointment of founding partner Pat Flynn to the Superior Court of Justice, the firm then transitioned towards Sorbara Law. The firm's focus is on offering exceptional client services to achieve the best possible outcome at the lowest possible cost. And we do that by focusing on individuals, businesses, and institutions, both locally and from around the world. We're proud of the fact that Sorbara Law has been recognized as a top law firm, and in particular recently, Sorbara Law has been shortlisted by Canadian Law Magazine as a top regional law firm in the area. It's been recognized in the Waterloo Regional Reader's Choice Awards, and it's also been recognized by the best lawyers in Canada in the fields of employment, family, corporate, and commercial law.
Wow, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is awesome. That's great.
Very proud of that.
All right, so you both practice a different type of law, and I'll go to Carolina first just to give her some airtime. So tell us about your area of law.
So I am a business lawyer. I assist clients with corporate matters, be it incorporation or mergers, acquisitions, sales, share sales, asset sales. Also, I do a lot of commercial leasing. And in assisting clients with these different types of matters, I become familiar with other areas of law. One area of my practice that's been growing lately is privacy issues. There's been a lot of changes lately in that area, and just staying up to date and helping our clients identify some issues and modify their practices accordingly.
Okay. Yeah, privacy is a huge buzzword these days, and everything needs to be looked at to be keeping up to date with privacy standards, right?
Absolutely. And I also do, like I mentioned, a lot of commercial leasing, I've done a wide variety of different types of commercial space, restaurants, medical buildings.
Okay, thank you. Ryan, tell us about your practice.
Sure, be happy to. So my aspect of the business, or my role at Sorbara Law, is I offer comprehensive family law services, and for the most part, that generally means that we're dealing with issues arising out of a separation, and at times that also means varying whatever order or agreement or arrangement was in place prior to a separation. But the bulk of my practice deals with resolving the rights and obligations arising out of a separation for my clients, and typically that can mean anything from a high conflict custody and access matter to resolving complex property disputes, both as part of a negotiated settlement or at the Ontario Court or Superior Court of Justice should litigation become necessary.
Okay, all right. All right, Killian, I'm back to you. So tell me what motivates you.
Just trying to achieve the best possible outcome for my clients while also creating value for them. For me, it's a great source of pride when a business that I helped set up expands, enters into new business lines. At Sorbara Law, some of the clients that initially started with the firm have expanded into huge businesses, and we've actually witnessed how the business has been passed down through a couple of generations as well. So that is what motivates me, is just seeing my clients prosper and just creating value for them.
Okay, that's great. Back to you, Ryan. What do you think? What motivates you to do family law?
I would say, in short, being part of the solution and not the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that that can sound trite and cliche,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. Family law is an area of law that I think it carries with it stress that you might not see in other practice areas because of how personal and important the issues often are to the clients. And so it's especially important for a lawyer in a family law setting to ensure that you're always contributing towards advancing your client's cause rather than getting caught up in the fray and becoming part of the problem yourself. And that's about identifying what the issues are for the client and listening to their objectives and developing a roadmap early on so that if and when it does turn into a high conflict sort of case, you're able to ensure that you stick with that roadmap and keep moving towards resolution consistent with what the client identified as their objectives in the first place.
Okay, great. Kind of I'm reminded to the difference between residential real estate and commercial real estate. Commercial real estate is a little more cut and dried. It's about numbers, a little less emotional. Residential real estate is more about emotions and managing the emotions and helping them get the same home, the right home for them. So, different, still both law, still both real estate, but different approaches for the professional to work with. Great. So how does Sorbara Law get involved in the community? And either of you can answer that.
Sorbara Law gets involved in the community both from a macro and a micro standpoint. What I mean by that is there's a number of causes that Sorbara Law as a firm chooses to take on and support, and that might be, for example, Big Brothers and Big Sisters Bowl for Kids in both Waterloo Region or in Guelph, or that might be Curling for a Cause, for example. But it also means that the individual lawyers themselves take on causes that are important to the community and most importantly perhaps have a discernible and immediate impact on the way that community issues are dealt with. In particular, what I mean by that is lawyers often take on board positions. For example, we have a number of lawyers that are involved with Kiwanis Club or the Rotary Club or Immigration Services Canada, or myself, for example, I'm a board member with the United Way, which, as we know, does absolutely incredible work, both in Guelph, Wellington County, and Dufferin County. Yep. So we're really, really proud of that, and it's important. The community supports us as a firm, and we want to ensure that on a day-to-day basis we're giving back and we're contributing in the ways that are most impactful from us.
Great.
We also conduct a lot of fundraising events.
Okay.
If you go onto our Facebook page, you will see the many activities that we participate in to raise funds for various community organizations.
Okay. Well, thank you for the opportunity to get to know Sorbara Law a little more. I live downtown. I walk by a lot. I see the house on the hill. And often wonder, what's happening in the house on the hill. And I think probably a lot of your neighbors might be too, as we walk by. So it's great to get to know you better and get to know what you guys do. And hopefully you'll have some of those people wander up the sidewalk with help with their issues or the expansion of their business lives. So thanks.
Appreciate it. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.